Trent Grisham against Kyle Bradish, and Grisham takes the first pitch for the game. Here's the 1-0. That's a strike. He's the 3-run homer. He's also walked twice as Bradish's two-seamer runs off from Kyle. That's down and in. It's 3-1 to Grisham. Ward. He'll swing there though on a good backdoor fastball, and it's
26 RBIs.
3-2 again. That's ball 4. Grisham is on. And another fastball. He's 0 for 2 today. Breaking ball's in there for a strike. And Bradish, after missing with ball 1, is now 682. 13 homers, 38 games. And he'll take a slider. Leadoff walk. Here's a 2-2. Right swings and misses. And 1 out for Aaron Judge.
But hadn't done any damage. We hope that stays that way.
Here's a 1-1. Tries to run in the two-seamer. Judge grounds it over to Weston Wilson. Blaze Alexander completes a double play.
Love. Boy, Max Fried last year did not.
Pitch swing from Taylor Ward, who finally started to be a little bit more aggressive. 21 walks. So Ward still leading the Orioles, and 2-1 from Fried to Ward is a high from Fried to Ward. And Ward flips it into right field. And after going 1 plate appearances and now 3-3, and leadoff knock 43 of 44. And Gunnar takes a sweeper for a strike.
2 starts. He's walked 6 in his last 2.
2-1 for Gunnar. That's outside.
Time to time.
3-1.
Or the slider.
Up the middle by Henderson. Anthony Volpe back in the big leagues is perfectly positioned. Here's Adley Rutschman.
They did a good job of getting his pitch count up. Caught off some tough pitches.
The Orioles left a lot of those up and away. Fastball here, fouled off for a strike. Is 1-2. Way too tall. The 2-2. There's a changeup, much better located. And from third, McMahon throws out Rutschman. Cody Bellinger swings at the first pitch of this second inning. Rolls it over to Blaze Alexander. Down at 200. And that was 5 as well. Chisholm takes strike 1. My back and stay linear down.
He can drive the ball more downhill as he goes towards home plate.
No swing on a.
Put your front side in the glove as he goes down the slope.
Another strikeout on a right as he finished to Chisholm. Dropped his head, walked off. Career high curve. And swings and misses with a curveball last time. He backs pitch. We'll see if he tries to finish off McMahon with it. He'll try. About 13 years ago out of high school. A 90. Hopefully up at Abington they'll have something to celebrate. Pete Alonso stands in. Orioles have been doing a lot of things shortly before the game of late. Found out more because Beavers was put on the injured list with a right oblique. 2 Max Fried to Pete Alonso. Right side base hit for Pete.
Love that.
Tyler O'Neill first pitch swing. Orioles are still waiting for him
This year versus lefties.
And a large part of that, he is struggling with lefty fastballs. The track record very strong.
Oh.
As O'Neill tattoos this ball down the line in left field and foul. That's exactly what happened. And a 2-2 changeup. By the way, I know all of you place in the ABS Challenge. As Taveras scoops one on a hop to short. Volpe gets rid of it quickly. And the Yankees can only turn 1. Monday night has also walked twice in the series as he takes ball 1. And he had an infield hit off Fried in that game. For Kobe. Swing is early today. Goes it again here. 96 inning here. And Mayo rockets it past a diving McMahon. This ball's off the sidewall and left. Alonso to third. Buck Britton will wave him home. Here comes the polar bear plunging into the plate.
first.
Yeah, I apologize to Leody Taveras. I forgot he replaced Pete Alonso in the fielder's choice. Those two look. Weston Wilson stands in and takes ball 2. This time we'll look to get to him for a second RBI. And he's in a
pitch he's looking for.
Chased a fast. Bayo at second, the 3-2. Against Fried, Weston and Blaze. And a strikeout on a cutter here.
Bat handed it to an usher, pointed at Hunter. Years down the road, Hunter being able to tell people.
Probably won't be the last.
Oh, I can guarantee you it's not. By the way, May birthday.
2 strikes on Spencer Jones here. And Jones again.
Both of them certainly fill up a batter's box.
One of his big league starts. And this ball cracked over to first, and Pete Alonso will call off Bradish. Called up yesterday from AAA. And he goes after the first pitch. Was the unquestioned
Defensive struggles as well.
Hope he gets a hanging curveball here, pops it into center, and that is Leody Taveras. And Escara chases a curve. 15th game of the year, 8 for 41 as it takes. Played in the Mexican League later on in his career. And a ground ball kicks off of Bradish's foot to Alexander at second. He makes the play.
Is always special, and he said he can't wait. He and
super high energy guy. Lays down a bunt here. Max Fried, the 4-time Gold Glover, throws it away. And Alexander will jog into second.
Got to figure out a way to get a run home here. And this really falls.
2-0 for Taylor Ward.
Outstanding.
4. And he's not going to go for one here. Ball 1 from Fried. Out. The bunt hit, by the way, just series in the Bronx. As Fried tries to. And then sweeper to lefties. And there is the 2-seamer over Fried to McMahon. That's as good as a bunt. It moves the runners up.
If Adley Rutschman just creates a ground ball to the middle part of the field, the Orioles will go.
52 through 2 1/3. That fastball's a little bit too high. The O's yet again. Breaking ball. Rutschman Rutschman to center field. Well tagged, and Grisham will make the catch. Here comes Blaze Alexander, and the throw to the plate is not in time. So an RBI for Rutschman. And Pete chases a changeup from Fried. Pete Alonso's career. Behind Aaron Nola and Patrick. That one shoved inside with a cutter. To right and foul. And a run across in the inning. Curveball. Right side. It sneaks by Rice. Alonso's got a 2-hit game. He's going to run in the face of Jones and then think twice about it. Now Pete is in no man's land, and he will be tagged out. If he scored Taylor Ward, so it's a 2-run 3rd inning. Once again, no runs. Orioles would be happy with that kind of a line. Is the only. And Blackburn is getting loose very quickly. Time as a Yankee. Grisham. Left side, here comes Ward into foul ground. He gets rid of him. So the Yankee bullpen's going to have to cover at least 5 innings here as Rice hooks one out of play. It's the end for Fried. Strike to Rice. It's on.
Previous starts going into the day. The command's been off a little bit, but I tell you what hadn't been off. Him something in because he does have a spot down in a way that you 6'8", 280. He kind of glares at you when you throw a ball inside or a little.
1-1 to him here. Breaking ball. Doubles a 2-1 to Judge, DHing today. That's a breaking ball for a 1-2-3 4th. And he's got it. 2-seamer right.
10 strikeouts for the right-hander, Blackburn. That's his pitch of choice. Cutter, most used innings. Yeah, I think they did, KB. They got the pitch. Only one that pulled the ball.
That's pulled foul by O'Neill. You know what else?
Brilliantly.
to Max Fried. He wouldn't be taken out after just 3 innings. We've seen him fight back from an effective start.
Max Fried.
And O'Neill is on with a leadoff walk. Hits and a walk in 3 innings. And now they deal with Blackbird. Pitching on 2 days rest. Leote swings through a change. A little soft ground ball to second. Could be 2. Chisholm, Volpe. And it's too slow for Colby Mayo on the first pitch. Out to left field. And Bellinger gets to it.
The Rays?
Yes. Weston Wilson right up the middle. Squares it up to Chisholm. There's a 2-seamer low to Cody Bellinger. Why?
Still take the 2-seamer, go in and out with the 2-seamer occasionally because it is his favorite 2-seam fastball. But
1-1 for Bellinger. Kyle's 1-2. Miss with a slider. That appears to be the right spot. Took a high bounce. It's the leadoff walk. Breaking ball. Only 2 in the air. Chisholm in the air to right. That's the Yankees' first hit. It will be played off the wall by O'Neill. Chisholm's going to run on T.O. and he is in there with a double. Yankees' first runner in scoring position, and McMahon gets out in front of. That fastball cuts inside to McMahon. He takes a fastball for a strike. In the dirt, that gets away from Adley Rutschman.
Hard to do, especially with the spin rates that Kyle Bradish has. The more you have that,
as he faces the rookie Spencer Jones. Got a high Bradish. That's a little too tall.
It'll go as far as any ball you'll see.
Breaking ball, clobbered foul. That is ball 3.
3-2. Oh, heater.
Low slider. Nice take on 2 out in a 3-0 game. Volpe takes too tall. Two to Volpe is a slider bending in there. First and third, 2 down. And the 2-2. Hey, Kyle just keeps up. And he stays alive. A curveball to end it. Slash Birdback. Ball Blackbird. 2 strikes here on Blaze. It was only against Baltimore. Alexander Ward and Henderson. Reed breaks his bat here on a ball ticketed for center field. 2 hits has been on both times today. That's in tight to Ward. It's unlikely to relinquish that. Has now reached base 83 times. He might be the perfect because if you're getting on base and
hit the ball at backside of the field.
Takes a cutter there. This is his 51st full count of the year. There goes Blaze. Strike 3 and Henderson with a runner at second. Takes ball 1 wide. There's a fly ball to the left. Bellinger didn't move at first. Now backpedaling all the way in front of the wall. He'll make the catch. The American League picked him up. And he signed with the Yankees as a free Rutschman. And a fly ball here to deep right field. Jones leaps, and that ball hits his glove and then hits the top of the wall. It is ruled a home run, by the first base umpire, Chris Guccione.
That ball, I didn't think that ball had enough to get out, man.
1-1 for Pete.
He played it perfectly, just a little bit short.
Yeah, I think it was
down right away. Ball just kept carrying and carrying.
Umpire. Pete to the backside of the shallow right. And the Orioles add 1 hitter. The rare situation where
lead going through the top, 9-1 and 2.
And he's behind Escar at 3-0, and the Orioles and he takes a whole
quality pitch. There you go.
That's exactly what he did. J.C. Escar, ground ball to second.
Fast in between the two-seamer and the slider. That four-seamer's got some nice cut to it too.
Finally, a quick at-bat against Christian. After 2 full counts, he grounds out on the second. 2 down for Ben Rice. First pitch swinging. That's the 8th swing percent. Backs it up with a two-seamer low. Move on the schedule. And he has shut these Yankee hitters down. And this time, Ben was finally wise. And a little tapper. His 2-2 is up and away.
Each time he goes out.
Breaking ball, grounded out of play. We'll do it again on Rice on 3-2. Just got a piece. And he missed with a slide to the Yankees, number 99. It's a strike. Off the end of the bat from Judge into shallow right field. Blaze Alexander in 6.
When you consider the offense.
2-3 innings, so retired 11 in a row with 12 outs. Got back-to-back runners on against him, and the 21 batters faced by Kyle Bradish. His day is done with at least a 5-0 reliever for Tampa Bay, and he just owned. There were years where
chance sticking the big leagues for a while, and he's done that. And on his pitch count system, slowest.
All right, let's see which one he picks out here. That's just slow. That finally solved him. And Taveras is going to challenge here. O'Neill at first. And Mayo takes Cutter a little after 3 innings. Mayo lashes one to left first. And he's got a 2-hit game. Weston Wilson. Ball 1. Wilson to the left side. That's a base hit. O'Neill had to hold up, making sure Volpe didn't catch the ball. And so Weston
position, love to make it 4 for 7
for him and for the Yankees. Alexander takes a high cutter. Alexander swinging a ground ball through the left side, a base hit to score O'Neill. Will it score Mayo as well? Yes, it will. Standing up. Wow. Inning. He charged that first run to block for Ward. He takes outside. 2-1 for Ward. Ward with a high drive to left field. Bellinger will camp underneath it. And that's out number 2. Gunnar Henderson with 2 outs over to first base. Rice, Yarbrough in the inning. The Orioles lead it. And Keegan,
typical Keegan Aiken command, hasn't walked.
60 strikes. And the last time Kyle Bradish,
really good starts for him
in a game in his career.
You could tell too.
Against him. And Bellinger flicks.
Run in 6 innings right behind him as the follower.
Bellinger slices one to center field, and Taveras.
Good velocity.
5th inning double for Jazz.
But they were outstanding. They had a 6-1 homestand.
Chisholm chips it over to Blaze. Ryan McMahon. And potentially win game 3 big. If this lead.
Touched on it. It's been 15 games in 14 days. It'd be a much needed off. Not so good. Could be some high scoring games in that one. Baseball.
Ryan McMahon with a pop-up. Gunnar Henderson waving off to take a series from the Yankees. Ryan Yarbrough, the Yankees. It's been a great day.
A little over 900.
Off the end of the bat, and that'll be flush.
So getting in at 4 o'clock in the morning in a couple spots and having to go play the next day, which, look, everybody's going to have.
2-1 for Pete.
The question is, win 2 out of 3 against the Yankees, then you go into D.C. Can you build on it? That's the
game starting pitcher.
Yeah, and look, the way he pitched the last time out, there's as of yet.
Pete strikes out against that Yarbrough outscoring everybody but the Braves.
Talk about a pickup on offense, huh?
Well, Yankees will play the Mets this weekend. Still 0-2. Strikes out here. Yarbrough zooms in the cut.
In 2/3, but the ERA outstanding for the left-hander.
Was the winning pitcher, inning in 2/3 in relief. Hit and a strikeout. Hind ends. Dietrich caught it with a bare hand. Stepped on the base and got Sir Jones.
Well, speaking of the Orioles,
Right.
It's kind of flown under the radar a little bit that the relievers have been.
Because McMahon almost stepped on his foot coming down
to the ball game.
Yeah, Aaron Judge was a third in debut. Beautiful changeup from Dietrich. Volpe flicks one to right down the line. That ball is foul.
Wasn't fair to him. They compared him to Derek Jeter from the very beginning, and there's not many Derek Jeters in the world. We know that before him.
And I think less about.
Yeah, and look, he got off to a good start. Finished 8th in the Rookie of the Year, won a Gold Glove.
3-2 pitch here, popped up. Henderson in retreat. And Volpe's 0 for 3. And a ground, a losing record. 1-8 against. Breaking ball grounded foul. Yankees still
top heavy lineup for me with some guys at the bottom that can do some damage.
Escara to short, caught by Henderson, back to first, double play.
Yes, sir.
Here the 8th. Orioles 3 outs away from their first shutout of the year. 8th against Yarbrough. Swing and a miss. 69
and slowest.
Bugs Bunny changeups. Set a Tampa Bay rook.
And your Cano getting heated up.
Real speed. In a week, but able to soak up some innings for them. Inside to Leote. Maybe it's like shooting on a 7-foot rim. Orioles 6, 7, 8 hitters. Ground ball Leote. Volpe makes his first error of the year. Here. 2 hits, including an RBI double and a 2-0 count. Kobe is throughout the 3-game set. This ball popped up. Rice will not have a play. That's fouled away again. Kobe pops the ball up into fair territory now. As long as Rice can find it in the sun and make the catch. What trying?
He tried to get some
action. 18 guys. 1-1. Find a harder working group in the business. You can. Wilson into a fielder's choice. 5. Game in that series. I was not.
KB, it's just another day.
2-2 for Blaze. Worst hopefully will be saved for my return. I just don't like pickles.
But that limoncello, whatever its name was just
of 0.53 as he throws a strike to Trey, and then you don't want to use Garcia or Nunez of 7 case. It's up high to Grisham. The Orioles have not. And we found out some context in that from who else? Ball forward to Grisham. He's on with his second leadoff walk. There's Ben Rice to take ball 1. And a strike to Rice here, 1-1. Rice hits a slow ground ball to first base again, and Pete tags Rice.
He has to roll.
Foul play on. Aaron Judge ground ball to short. Henderson. And Aaron Judge for the first time in. Here's Cody Bellinger. First pitch, ground ball to second base. And in game 44, the Orioles have their first shutout.